then it's pretty much impossible to study more in less time. At least, not without changing your study methods to form better schemas. And this is where the 3 cognitive pillars come into play. The 3 cognitive pillars are what our learning process needs to check off to make sure that we're building high quality knowledge schemas efficiently and effectively. And whatever technique you're using to study, it needs to check these 3 cognitive pillars. So I'll explain what the 3 cognitive pillars are, and I'll give you some tips on how you can make sure that you're checking them off in your studying. The first pillar is something that in the research is called schema construction. And schema construction addresses the biggest problem that students face when trying to form a schema. When I teach people how to do this, the most common barrier they face is that they get easily overwhelmed. Because think about it, we're trying to form a network of everything that we learn. There are so many pieces of information and concepts and facts that we need to connect together and think about and hold on to. It can be overwhelming. And so the way that we prevent that overwhelm is with the schema construction pillar. And schema construction is exactly what it sounds like. It's about building our first schema. But here's the tip. You want to build a draft schema. You're just laying the foundation for your schema to grow. So here are 3 quick tips based on my years of experience that can help you to build a schema a little bit more easily. And it's the same advice I give in lots of my other videos, and it's the one I teach in my program as well. The first tip is to just collect keywords for the topic that you're about to study. In the real world, when you're trying to study something, you've got important concepts and terminology and new information scattered all over the place. It's in your lectures, the lecture guide, the textbook, videos. It splits our attention. And in fact, in the research, it's actually called the split attention effect. But we can make this a lot easier for ourselves by quickly skimming through and scanning all the resources that we've got available and just making a simple list of the keywords on a single page. Just by having this, you've given yourself a single source to look at so that you know the general breadth of everything that you're going to have to learn within this topic. And so when we're taking those keywords and then we're trying to connect them together and wrap our head around it, my second hot tip here is to use what you know. For almost anything that you ever learn, you're never gonna have absolutely 0 prior knowledge on it. You're gonna have some prior knowledge about some aspect of it, and it may be very superficial, but it's more than nothing. And we want to leverage that. So start with the keywords that are a little bit more familiar to you. Start with the concepts that feel a little bit more comfortable and a bit more approachable. You may know that there are a couple things that are already related and linked together. Start with that.